What if your struggle with self-discipline isn't a personal failing, but a simple wiring issue in your brain? What if you could stop fighting your own mind and start working with it, using its own biological rules to build unshakable willpower? Welcome to Distilled Audiobooks. Today, we're hacking the code of human behavior with a deep dive into Discipline the Neuroscience by Ray Clear. This book isn't about grinding your teeth and forcing your way through the day. It's a revolutionary look at how your brain actually works, giving you the science-backed tools to rewire it for focus, resilience, and automatic discipline. Forget vague motivation. This is about building a better brain. Let's get into the neuroscience. Key idea number 1. The battle in your brain, prefrontal cortex versus the limbic system. Imagine your brain has two key players. In one corner, you have the prefrontal cortex, the wise, logical CEO. It's responsible for long-term planning, decision-making, and impulse control. In the other corner, you have the limbic system, the emotional, reactive toddler. It craves immediate pleasure, avoids pain, and seeks the path of least resistance. Every act of self-discipline is a battle between these two. When you choose a salad over a donut, your CEO is winning. When you scroll through social media instead of working, the toddler has thrown a tantrum and taken over. The key insight is that the CEO has limited energy. It gets mentally fatigued as the day goes on. The toddler, however, has endless energy. The goal, therefore, isn't to strengthen your CEO through sheer force, but to structure your environment and habits so the toddler has fewer opportunities to hijack your brain. Takeaway: self-discipline is not a personality trait. It's a finite resource managed by your prefrontal cortex. Stop fighting battles you can simply avoid. Key idea number 2. The discipline engine, harnessing dopamine. We often think of dopamine as the pleasure chemical, but it's more accurately the motivation and learning chemical. It's the signal that tells your brain, pay attention. What we just did was important. Let's do it again. You can hack this system to work for you, not against you. Every time you get a notification on your phone, you get a small, unpredictable hit of dopamine. This trains your brain to crave distraction. But you can flip the script. By breaking down a large goal into tiny, achievable steps and celebrating the completion of each one, you release dopamine in association with productive work. You are literally training your brain to find hard work rewarding. This is the science behind success spirals. Small wins build momentum, making the next disciplined action easier because your brain is now chemically invested in the process. Takeaway: don't rely on willpower. Design a system of small wins that makes your brain chemically crave progress. Key idea number 3. The automatic pilot, the power of habit loops. Your conscious CEO is powerful, but slow and energy intensive. Your subconscious, however, can run on autopilot with almost no effort. This is the domain of habits. Ray Clear explains that every habit has a 3-part loop: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is the trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode. The routine is the behavior itself. The reward is the positive feeling that reinforces the loop. To build self-discipline, you must stop trying to resist bad habits through willpower alone. Instead, you must engineer good habits. Make the cue for a good habit obvious and easy. Make the routine simple to start. And most importantly, ensure an immediate reward. Want to go to the gym? Lay out your clothes the night before easy cue. Just commit to driving there, simple routine. And then enjoy a smoothie you love afterward, immediate reward. You're not relying on discipline. You're relying on a well-designed system. Takeaway: discipline is what you use to build good habits. Good habits are what free you from needing constant discipline. Key idea number 4. The foundational triad: sleep, nutrition, and exercise. You cannot outthink a biologically compromised brain. If your CEO, the prefrontal cortex, is tired, underfed, or inflamed, it will be weak, and the emotional toddler will run the show. The most powerful levers for self-discipline are not mental tricks, but fundamental biological ones. Sleep is non-negotiable. During sleep, Your brain clears out metabolic waste and replenishes the neurotransmitters needed for impulse control. A sleep-deprived brain has an impaired CEO. Nutrition matters immensely. Blood sugar spikes and crashes create volatility in your energy and willpower. A stable, nutritious diet provides the steady fuel your brain requires. Exercise is like a miracle drug for the prefrontal cortex. It boosts blood flow, releases BDNF, which is like fertilizer for brain cells, and reduces stress hormones. Prioritizing these three is not separate from self-discipline. It is the very foundation of it. Takeaway: treat your brain like a high-performance engine. The quality of your fuel, maintenance, and rest determines its output. Key idea number 5. The stress saboteur. Taming the amygdala. When you're stressed, a part of your limbic system, called the amygdala, your brain's alarm bell, takes over. It shuts down the sophisticated functions of the prefrontal cortex and puts you into fight or flight mode. In this state, your brain seeks quick, easy, and often unhealthy sources of comfort and energy. This is why you procrastinate and reach for junk food when you're under a tight deadline. The solution is not to try harder. It's to calm the amygdala. Techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, and meditation are not just spiritual practices. They are neurological tools. They actively calm the amygdala and strengthen the connection to the prefrontal cortex. By practicing them regularly, you build a more resilient brain that can handle stress without derailing your discipline. You are literally thickening the neural pathways of calm, rational control. Takeaway: a stressed brain is an undisciplined brain. Your first priority in any moment of overwhelm is to calm your nervous system, not to force productivity. Final ta chiave e outro. Ray Clear's work shows us that self-discipline isn't about being a harder person. It's about being a smarter architect of your own brain. It's about managing your energy, not just your time. It's about hacking your dopamine, designing your habits, and fueling your biology so that discipline becomes the default, not the struggle. Stop fighting your brain. Start building it. If this scientific approach to willpower resonated with you, do us a favor. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to rewire their habits, and subscribe to Distilled Audiobooks and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next summary of the world's most powerful books. Thank you for listening. Remember, a disciplined mind is a free mind. Until next time.